Invite to relaxation. Relax now. Soften every muscle. Breathe in deeply and gently let it go. As you listen, allow your shoulders to sink, your jaw to soften, and every breath to guide you deeper into a state of ease. Guided breathing. Breathe in and out. 1, 2, 3. Deeper. Inhale and slowly release, letting go of the day. Body relaxation. Feel the warmth of your body, your chest rising and falling, limbs growing heavy and peaceful, as if each exhale sweeps away any hint of tension. Transition to calm narrative. And now, as your breath continues its gentle rhythm, our story begins. Narration begins our story today. Set sail at the Lantern Festival of Thornby. The village of Thornby lies tucked between softly rolling hills, bathed in the hush of early evening. Soon, the festival begins. A long-cherished tradition where villagers gather in the old willow grove. They hang lanterns made from hollowed horn, their delicate frames coated with softened beeswax, an ancient practice dating back to medieval feast nights, when families lit their way with handcrafted, low-burning lights. As you listen, imagine the gentle crackle of candle smoke, the faint scent of wax and moss, and the hush of the willow leaves above. Sensory immersion. Feel the soft breeze. It toys at your hair, rustles the willow fronds above, like nature's lullaby. In the distance, a child's laughter drifts by, soft and sure, echoing through the grove. Introduce fireflies, and soon the first lantern is lit, a warm golden glow appearing in the branches. Fireflies blink back, timid yet curious, matching the lantern's pulse in a dance that soothes the eye and mind. Breathing reminder. As you hear about these lights, breathe in and out, letting the glow settle in your mind's eye, matching your breath's gentle rise and fall. Historical fact. Horn lanterns long ago. Medieval villagers believed horn lanterns were kinder than glass, softer in light and closer to nature. The horn diffused the flame, creating a dusky illumination believed to guard against restless spirits. Atmospheric deepening. The lanterns sway. Shadows dance across mossy stones. The ground is cool underfoot, yet each light feels like a tiny hearth glowing within night's embrace. Soft hearth sounds. Now imagine a crackling hearth near Betha, sizzle of embers, a faint pop, a steady, calming sound that invites warmth and a sense of home. Progressive relaxation. With each word, your body grows more relaxed. Your mind drifts, drifting. Your toes relax. Your ankles follow. Your legs, your hips, your belly, your chest and shoulders, your arms, your hands and fingers, your neck, your face. Lastly, the top of your head, fully at ease. Scene expansion in this serene twilight. Villagers hum a few lullabies. Old as time, carried from father to daughter, mother to son. The melody is low, wordless, heart-soothing, weaving through the grove like moonlight. Soft lute strums and a minstrel's lute hums in the background, just a few notes gently echoing among the trees, as if the music itself is guiding you to rest. Countdown to sleep. Now, imagine yourself reclining on a soft blanket beneath the willow, the lantern light warming your skin. And if you're ready to drift, count with me from 10. 10, deeper into calm. 9, letting go. 8, breathing slow. 7, feeling safe. 6, eyes heavy. 5, drifting. 4, softer. 3, almost there. 2, so peaceful. 1, sleep. Pause and breathing. Soft, closing whisper. Sleep now. Rest gently. The lanterns keep their watch, Fireflies lull you to peaceful dreams until morning light. Gentle reintroduction. Take a slow, easy breath and let it carry you deeper. The story continues now in the soft folds of night, where lanterns flicker like golden dreams between branches, and sleep comes gently. Deep in the setting, the willow grove has grown quieter. The lanterns above ripple faintly with each sighing breeze, their waxy sides glowing gold and amber. Imagine yourself walking slowly now, barefoot on soft grass, each step cushioned, the earth below cool and welcoming. A gentle trail of light guides your way, horn lanterns hung like fruit from low boughs, and in between them the fireflies float and twirl, tiny lanterns of nature, mirroring the humans below. Historical detail, fire and feasts. In the Middle Ages, fire was sacred, used not just for warmth, but for protection and community. On feast days, villagers often hung these lanterns to ward off darkness, celebrating with quiet reverence under stars and stone-chiseled saints. You might hear the faint toll of a distant church bell now, slow and even, each sound like a breath of time, echoing across the village fields. Visual storytelling to your right. A mother and child are placing a new lantern on a willow branch. They whisper a short blessing in the old tongue. You can't quite make out the words, but the tone is soft, like someone folding linen. Each lantern is different, some shaped with floral carvings, others etched with vines or stars. The beeswax within gives off a faint scent of honey and summer bloom. Emphasize peacefulness. The night feels alive, but never loud, just a hush, a reverent pause between the pulse of one world and the dream of another. The lanterns move as one in the breeze, as though they're breathing too, and you match their rhythm, breath by breath. Soundscape expansion. Now you hear soft water somewhere nearby, a quiet creek winding through the edge of the grove. The sound of water tumbling gently over smooth stone, like a lullaby sung by the earth itself. There's a bench beside the stream, a simple wooden plank, moss-lined and time-worn. You sit, and the moment welcomes you in. Introduce a symbolic character, and just beyond the stream stands old Father Brangkeeper of the Lantern Festival. Cloaked in wool and soft-spun linen, he walks with a lantern staff that has lit this night for over 30 years. His voice is low and gravelly, like wind over gravel paths, and as he passes by, he hums the same tune his grandfather once sang under the same trees. Soothing symbolism, he nods to you, and the meaning is clear. You are part of the tradition now. A soul welcomed by light, sheltered in warmth, held gently in time. Scent and texture imagery nearby. Someone bakes small oatcakes on a flat stone, just like in medieval fairs. The smell of grain, smoke, and clove blends into the night air. You feel the comfort of wool around your shoulders. Maybe someone gave you a shawl, or maybe the wind just softened. Either way, you feel calm, whole, at peace. Progressive relaxation. With fireflies, and now fireflies begin to gather closer, floating downward toward you. One lands softly on your hand. It glows a little brighter, as if saying thank you. Let each firefly be a tiny comfort. One on your hand, bringing stillness. One at your feet, grounding you. One near your cheek, warming your thoughts. And one above your heart, easing your breath. Guided visualization. Lantern offering. Father Bran invites you to light your own lantern. You step forward. Take the warm horn casing in your palms and a beeswax taper softened from the fire's edge. The flame catches with a soft spesh then flickers gently in your hands. Now, slowly, you lift it high, hook it onto a branch, and as you do, you feel yourself release something, a worry, a thought, a tension. It lifts with the light and drifts away like mist. Historical touch. Lantern beliefs. In old lore, villagers believed that every lantern could carry a thought to the stars. Wishes, thanks, even secrets, carried by flame and never forgotten. Sensory anchor. Wind. Now the wind picks up slightly, just enough to rustle the trees in waves, soft as silk brushing stone. Above you, stars flicker through breaks in the canopy, constellations used by medieval farmers to tell time and season. Tonight, they glimmer just for you. You lie down now, if you haven't already. The soft earth beneath you, welcoming, as though it remembers your shape. Second countdown. And if you're ready, let's count again. Each number, a lantern of its own, floating higher, guiding you toward dream. 10. Softest light. 9. Floating leaves. 8. Still breath. 7. Warmth, deepening. 6. Wind whispers. 5. Eyes heavy. 4. Faraway voices. 3. All is well. 2. Candle glow. 1. Peace. Drifting re-entry. Still breathing gently, still wrapped in comfort. And now, as the story continues, imagine yourself deeper in the grove, where time forgets to pass, and every lantern knows your name. You haven't moved much, just a shift of the wind, a new rhythm in your breath, and a greater stillness in your bones. Atmosphere deepening. Now the grove is fully aglow, hundreds of lanterns, each gently flickering, casting delicate shadows across old stone circles and low stone walls from forgotten centuries. These stones once marked the village's border, a boundary between the ordinary and the sacred, and tonight they simply hold warmth and history. You run your fingers gently over the stones, cool and slightly rough. The moss is like soft velvet, and even the tiniest crack seems to hum with ancient memory. Introduce echoes of the past. Some say Thornby was first founded when a weary traveler followed the call of a nightingale through the woods. Finding this very grove beneath the stars, they say she slept beneath the willow tree, and when she woke, the birds had hung tiny shells from its branches. From those came the idea for lanterns, small hollow treasures that could hold light. You can still hear a nightingale now, soft, distant, as if remembering its own tale. Soft folklore, soft tone. In medieval times, it was believed that if a bird sang after dusk, it carried a message from the spirit world. But in Thornby, it's just a lullaby, a sound that eases the heart, not stirs it. A new sensory layer. The cloak tent not far off. You notice a wide tent made entirely of wool cloaks stitched together. It flutters gently in the breeze, and inside, it's warm, dim, and full of quiet voices, humming old harvest songs. This is the cloak tent. Every villager brings one cloak to build it, a tradition meant to bind their community like threads in fabric. You step inside. The floor is layered with dried heather and woven reeds. Pillows stuffed with goose feathers line the edges, and everywhere the lanterns from outside cast a honey-colored light through the seams. Breathwork. Reminder, take a breath here, slow and steady. Inhale the scent of warm wool and herbal tea steeping near the center hearth. Exhale and let your mind loosen again, gently, effortlessly. Meet the elder inside the tent. Seated on a circular rug is an old woman named Merwin. She holds a spindle in one hand and a story in the other. She's not speaking yet, just spinning. The quiet whir of wool stretching into thread, rhythmic like waves lapping on a shore. Then she looks at you and begins. Elder's voice when the first lantern was lit. She says softly, "It was not for a feast, but for a vow to remember joy, to pause each year, to light something fragile, and believe it will last through the night." That first lantern was a hollow horn, filled with beeswax from Brother Fine's abbey, lit by a spark caught from the fire that warmed a newborn calf. You see it now, her words painting pictures as soft as breath. You imagine that first lantern hanging alone in the wind, glowing bravely. Elder's blessing. Then Merwin places a piece of lavender at your feet. "May your dreams tonight be soft as bloom, and your waking be gentle," she whispers. You nod, not with your head, but with your whole being. The meaning is felt more than heard. Sleep-welcoming soundscape. As you settle beside the hearth, the sounds begin to layer around you. The spinning wheels' rhythm, the hush of cloaks swaying, the distant bird call, and the faint, all of them blend into a lullaby without words. Second, sleep descent. If your eyes are still open, let them close now. Let your chest rise once, then fall. As if with the turning of the earth itself, feel warmth, feel slowness, feel how time seems to melt into softness. Visual imagery. A grove in dreamlight. Outside, more lanterns are hung. But this time, not by villagers, by dreams themselves. Dreams shaped like deer, like dandelions, like slow-falling stars. Each placing a lantern just so, until the whole grove becomes a map of wonder. And maybe, just maybe, you've become one of them. Voice softens further, whisper-like, "Now you float now." Not far, just slightly, just enough to feel lighter. Like a lantern, perhaps. Lit from within, hung in peace, drifting slightly on its string. Symbolic closure for this chapter. Outside the tent, Father Bran sings again. You don't hear the words. You don't need to. Just the melody, slow as the tide, deep as midnight, and gentle as wool against your cheek. Close with anchoring sensation somewhere in the branches. A lantern with your name is still glowing. It will glow through the night, through your dreams, through the slow tide of rest. Sleep now, gentle traveler. The grove is holding you. Soft reawakening into stillness. You are still, wrapped in the hush of the cloak tent, a whisper of wool and warmth drawn over your dreaming body. Your breathing is quiet, even like leaves floating on a pond. The world has slowed, and you have softened. Transitioning back to the grove. The hearth in the tent crackles lower now, coals glowing like tiny red eyes, blinking sleepily. You gently rise, or perhaps you simply float, stepping softly back into the grove, which has grown even quieter, more sacred in the late night. Outside, the lanterns are still glowing, but their color has changed. What was once gold is now a soft blue, like the sky just before dawn, or the inside of a seashell. This part of the night is called the watching hour, when medieval villagers believed the veil between waking and dreaming was thinnest. Introduce the watchers along the edge of the grove. The watchers have gathered not people, not quite, but dream shapes wrapped in long hoods, their faces calm, their eyes closed. They don't speak, they don't move, they simply watch and keep the peace of the lanterns alive. Historical detail. The midnight watch in ancient villages. A midnight watch was often kept not to guard against danger, but to ensure that hearths didn't go out. Fire was a sacred element, and someone was always chosen to stay with it through the darkest hours. Tonight, you are chosen not to stand guard, but to witness peace, to observe the stillness of the world and let it soothe you. Drift into a sacred ritual. A small procession is forming, now silent and slow. A few villagers carry one large lantern toward the center of the grove. It's called the heart flame, made from pressed horn, trimmed in silver, and sealed with wax, made only once each year. It holds a special flame passed down from the abbey. They place it in the oldest trees, hollow, and all the other lanterns dim just slightly, as if bowing. Atmospheric stillness. Time holds its breath. Even the wind has stopped, and in that pause, a great quiet opens inside you. Not empty, not cold, but vast, like a sky without end. And into it you fall, softly, endlessly, safely. Revisit breathing with deeper weight. Take a breath, now. Let it fill you, slowly. Feel it spread into your chest, your belly, your arms, your legs, and then release it gently. Let each breath now be like the heart flame, steady, sacred, and meant to last the night. Soft dream elements. Sleeping trees all around you. The trees seem to sigh, not from wind, but from sleep. Their roots hum, their leaves curl inward. Even the bark feels warm, like something alive and dreaming. In Thornby, they say old trees dream the deepest. They remember voices no longer spoken, and cradle wishes never whispered aloud. Whispered folklore. The tree's secret. Merwin once told a tale about the first lantern, lit not by a person, but by a willow tree who fell in love with the moon. The moon would shine down, silver and silent, and the willow would reach up, leaf by leaf, trying to hold the light. One night, the moon dipped low enough to kiss the topmost leaf, and in that kiss, a fire was born, not hot, not wild, but a flame made from longing. The first lantern, and every lantern since, is just a remembering. Comfort and containment. Sleep-like imagery. You curl up now, beside the tree, beneath a lantern of your own, and the sky folds over you like a soft blanket. A star falls. It doesn't streak, it drifts. Like it, you are drifting too. Soft sound detail. Bells. Tiny bells hang from branches here, not rung by hands, but by dreams passing close. You hear one now, just a ting, soft as a yawn, then it's gone. The villagers believe every time a bell sounds, a peaceful thought has been born. Symbolic affirmation tonight. One of those thoughts is yours. A dream made of light and beeswax. A wish you didn't need to speak. A rest you didn't need to earn. Dreamlike descent countdown. Let us count again. One more time, deeper now. Each number, a lantern dimming one by one, until you sleep fully. Slow whisper, countdown. 10. Lantern high in the tree. 9. Gently swaying. 8. Glow turning pale gold. 7. Wind holding still. 6. eyes halfway closed. 5. Silence settling in. 4. One last leaf falls. 3. Thoughts quiet. 2. Breath soft. 1. Sleep. Closing visual anchor. And in your sleep, the lanterns will burn quietly above. The heart flame will keep its promise. The night will carry your name gently, and morning will come only when you are ready to meet it. Soft re-entry into the scene. Welcome back. Or perhaps you never left. Perhaps you've simply floated in place, like a feather on a warm breeze, with the light of the heart flame resting over you, steady and slow. Your body feels heavier now, like it belongs to the grove, as though the soft moss beneath you is remembering the shape of your dreams. Imagery of the night progressing. The sky above Thornby is changing. A deeper navy spreads behind the trees, and fewer stars are needed now. They are giving way to something softer, something beyond sleep. The lanterns no longer sway, they pulse faintly, in time with the breath of the forest, as if the very world is asleep around you. Something called the dream market. And somehow, still watching the dream market. Not far from the willow grove lies something older still. It appears only during the Lantern Festival. Never built, never planned. It just unfolds, petal by petal, tarp by rope, light by memory. You walk softly now, as if floating still, toward a clearing where booths are lit, not by fire, but by dreams given form. Sensory detail, dream market atmosphere. A hand holding a glowing object, offering it up, then letting it vanish into another's palms. You breathe it in. Is it flour-dusted bread? Is it rain on your grandmother's shawl? Is it a field from a place you've never truly seen? There is no sound of coins, no selling, no calling, just quiet exchanges, a smile, a nod, just a collection of glass jars, sealed with wax. Is a memory you almost forgot, the feeling of your first peaceful morning, or a breeze that once made you cry with no reason. A merchant offers you a pouch filled with the scent of your oldest memory. You thank her without speaking. She nods, and the lantern above her booth hums softly in reply, known simply as the booth of sleep. There's no curtain, no shelves, just a bed, feather-filled, covered in moss-dyed cloth, and a lullaby etched into the frame. Your mind is reclining, even as your body listens, slow and vowel-heavy, vowels that feel like water and consonants that hum like bees. Your thoughts are pressing into its softness. Already, it has begun. And even secrets were traded quietly under lanterns and guarded by gentle silence. Into the soft soil beneath you. Historical detail. Medieval night markets in some medieval towns. Twilight markets would continue well past dark places where wool, salt, herbs. People believed the night made certain exchanges sacred. What was bought beneath stars was touched by the divine. The lanterns recognize you now, not as a guest, but as part of the night, the booth of lost thoughts. Elders rock slowly in carved chairs, their eyes half closed, their breath slow and sweet. Further down, there's a booth with no merchant at all. Each one glows faintly from within. You lift one carefully, and inside it, you set it back gently. You understand, now it was never lost, just waiting. The booth of sleep at the far end of the market is the last booth. You don't need to lie in it, but somehow you already have. Soundscape of distant voices from across the market, Faint voices sing not loudly, not for you, just near you. It is made of stillness. It cannot burn out, only rest. They sing in an old tongue. You feel it in your bones. This song, like something you've always known, like the vibration of sleep, progressive relaxation reminder. If any tension remains, allow it now to slide away with the next breath, down your arms, your back, your legs. Let it be received. Let it be quiet. Let it be done. Return to the grove. You step once more into the grove. Children are asleep beneath the willows, limbs tucked in like folded wings. All of Thornby is becoming a dream. Whispers from the heart flame. You pass near the heart flame again, and it flickers, taller, just for you. It whispers something so quiet you don't even hear it with your ears, only with the space behind your thoughts. It tells you this: the light you carry is not made of fire. Third and deepest countdown. And so now, we count one last time, slower than before. Heavier. Sleepier. Each number, a closing door, gently sealing until only dreams remain. Slow whisper, countdown. 10. Lantern, glow in your chest. 9. Petals falling in darkness. 8. The sound of spinning wool. 7. Windless hush. 6. A yawn in the sky. 5. Shadows curling inward. 4. The scent of beeswax. 3. Footsteps forgotten. 2. Breath below breath. 1. Sleep. Closing imagery, eternal lantern. In the very center of the grove, one lantern never dims. It is said to have been lit by the very first dreamer of Thornby. Tonight, its glow is mirrored in your heart, soft, constant, safe. Re-entry with gentle anchoring. You are so still now, breathing without effort, held by the hush of a night deeper than sleep. The story continues, not forward, not back, but cool like silk pulled from a hidden drawer, but inward like breath traveling to the quietest part of you. The grove has grown even softer. Mist rises, now low and light, curling through the trees like silver ribbon. It wraps gently around your legs, not cold, not wet. Introduce the keeper of fog. Walking through this gentle mist is a figure not many in Thornby see. An old, bent man in robes the color of ash and twilight. He is the keeper of fog, and once each year, during the lantern night, he comes to stir the dreams of the land, so they don't settle too deeply. He carries a small incense vessel, swinging on a silver chain, from which curls a trail of lavender, birch, and myrrh. With every step, he stirs the air not to wake it, but to turn it over, like soft soil in spring. Soft historical detail, monastic incense. In medieval abbeys, monks often burned herbs during vigils, believing the smoke guided their prayers upward, threading them into heaven like a needle through cloth. Tonight, in Thornby, the smoke doesn't rise, it lingers low, folding around you, inviting your dreams to stay close to earth, where they are most tender. Dreamscapes form in the fog. As the keeper passes, the mist thickens slightly, and something extraordinary begins. Drifting through the mist like untold lullabies, shapes form, not frightening, but familiar. You see the outline of a boat you once dreamed of, floating on a lake that shimmered with stars. The lanterns are here too, floating beside you, suspended in the mist. You glimpse the silhouette of a friend you haven't thought of in years, waving, smiling, then fading like breath on glass. Each shape is a memory, or a wish, or something in between. On it, a symbol, a sleeping bird, wings folded, one eye closed. Invitation to let go, not a command, just an invitation to step into the fog, to trust it. And now, the keeper nods to you. It is the gentle archive, where dreams are kept once they've been lived. You take one step suddenly you're not in the grove anymore, and embossed with a symbol that looks like a candle melting upside down, not spinning, but gliding like thoughts in the back of your mind. You're in a quiet corridor made of clouds, soft descent through a dream corridor. The corridor leads to a wooden gate, old and curved like the hull of a ship. You reach for the gate, and the wood is warm beneath your fingers. It creaks open with the sound of a lullaby, and you step into the chamber of the gentle archive, a vast circular room filled with books, scrolls, feathers, and light. Soft parchment rustles with every breath you take. The ceiling is painted with stars that move slowly. It hovers near the ceiling, casting soft golden light over your shoulders. Atmospheric detail. The book you find, you walk to a table. Upon it, a book, bound in soft leather, worn at the corners. These were called Revelations, and were bound carefully, like sacred records of sleep. You open it slowly, and inside are dreams you've had before. Not big ones, not loud ones, but tender dreams. The one where you were walking through tall grass as a child. The one where someone smiled at you on a bridge of moonlight. The one where you held your breath underwater and felt weightless. Each page holds not the events, but the feeling that is washing over you again now. Historical note, scriptoriums, and dream texts. In some medieval scriptoriums, monks would write visions they experienced after long fasting or prayer. The gentle archive is a place for your revelations, not religious, just real, just restful. Your lantern finds you again somehow, through the high windows. Your lantern floats in, and then it lowers itself gently until it rests in your hand. It's warm, and when you look inside, there's no flame, only your breath, softly glowing like amber. Final imagery of stillness. You close the book, you breathe again, and this time the air tastes like sleep. The lantern rises back into the mist. The book returns to the shelf on its own, and the gate opens again. You step back through, slower now, no fog, just stars, just hush. Your lantern has returned to the tree. Your breath is a cloud, deep sleep reinforcement. You are almost fully asleep now, not just resting, but floating in the softest part of night. Let your jaw go slack, your arms lie heavy, your chest rise and fall slowly, your legs long and still. There is no rush, no weight, no sound you must follow, only sleep. Final countdown for this chapter. Once more, for tonight, we count into the stars. Softest whisper, count down, 10, 9, 8. Stillness in every cell. 7. No need to think. 6. Warm spine, soft heart. 5. Cradle of sleep. 4. Weightless, now. 3. No edges. 2. No time. 1. Just peace. Whispered re-entry into stillness. Feel how soft the night has become, how gentle the air now feels around your body, as though even the stars are sleeping in. You are still in Thornby, still among the trees, but the village is quieter now, so quiet you can hear your own heartbeat, and far away, slow. The bell-keeper of dawn, like a drum being played from the bottom of a well. Introduce, just beyond the last lantern. by the edge of the grove, sits a woman known only as the bell-keeper. She wears robes dyed with crushed indigo and blackberries, and stitched along the hem in tiny silver thread are the names of every villager who's ever fallen asleep under her bells. She does not speak, she listens. Tiny handbells, called tintinnabula, were rung before dawn, and when the time comes, she rings the smallest bell in the world. But to guide monks into morning meditation, soft historical note, tintinnabula and dawn bells in medieval cloisters, not to wake. The bell-keeper of Thornby follows this tradition, but her bells do not awaken the body. They guide the soul gently into deeper sleep. The air barely moves, not sharp. Describe the bell's sound when she lifts the bell. Yet your bones seem to recognize the sound before it's even rung. A clear tone follows, not loud, just one note, the but in presence, setting with not upward, sound like a droplet falling into still water, and with that one note, the grove deepens into the oldest part of sleep. Transform leaves that once rustled now hush themselves, each one a different color, and behind her, the trees grow taller somehow, not in height. In the very heart of Thornby, the earth beneath you breathes out a sigh. You are being invited to go further in, not outward, but inward. Inner circle of lanterns. The bellkeeper nods once. A circle of trees opens like a curtain parting. There a ring of 13 lanterns float waist high. You step forward slowly, each step lighter than the last, as though your feet remember dreams before your mind does. Symbolic lanterns and their glow. You pass the first lantern, soft pink, like the warmth of a loved one's hand. The second, cool blue, like the sea you've never seen but have always felt in lullabies. The third, moss green, the color of promises whispered in forests long gone. Each glow wraps around you like woven cloth, layering until you feel as if you are clothed in light. Gentle historical detail. Lantern symbolism textures. In the medieval imagination, light wasn't just brightness, it was divine clarity. Lanterns in sacred processions were believed to hold fragments of wisdom, or even the breath of angels. Tonight you carry these glows, not to see, but to be seen by whatever dreams wait for you beyond language. The lantern that matches your heart, and then you reach the lantern that belongs to you. You don't know why. You don't need to. You just feel it. It glows with a hue that doesn't exist during the day, a sort of silver-violet gray, the color of stories passed between generations in low whispers. It rises slowly and rests just before your face. You breathe in, and the light enters you as gently as a falling feather, transforming into the dream form. Now, something inside you changes, not suddenly, not dramatically, but like silk, unraveling into a new shape. Your hands become lighter. Your breath deepens until you barely notice it. Your thoughts no longer come in words, but in colors. The language of dreams. You have become your dream form. Introduce the bridge of wool and wind ahead of you. The final path appears a narrow bridge stitched between two great oaks. It is made not of stone or rope, but of tightly woven wool infused with morning wind. Each step upon it hums with ancient lullabies, songs carried over from medieval shepherds who once sang to their flocks under open stars, believing music kept wolves away. Sensory detail crossing the bridge. You step forward. You are the soft space between heartbeats, and the bridge holds you, sways slightly. You are the dream form now, but never threatens to fall beneath it. Nothing, just soft, glowing mist, and the occasional glint of a sleeping star. You feel no fear, only the strange sensation of being lighter with every step, lighter than air, lighter than thought, embrace of total stillness. Once you reach the other side, the air is different, thicker, quieter, deeper. You are inside the place between dreams now, where no time passes, no breath is needed, and sleep becomes a warm river you can float upon endlessly. Deepest countdown yet now. We count, not to descend, but to dissolve. Soft whisper countdown. Dissolving 10. You are the mist. 9. You are the song in the wool. 8. You are the glow of your own breath. 7. You are a name whispered in sleep. 6. You are the hush of feathers falling. 5. 4. 3. You are not walking anymore. 2. You are drifting now. 1. You are sleep. Whisper soft, reawakening. You are still drifting, not rising, not falling, just being held by the night, cradled by the hush. You've passed through the grove, the market, the fog, the archive, and the bridge, and now you are arriving in a place few dreamers ever reach. Enter the chamber of remembered light. It is called the chamber of remembered light, a space so quiet, so still, that even your thoughts must tiptoe. This place lies beneath Thornby itself, not underground, but beneath the woven memory of the village. No one built it. It was remembered into being. Visuals of the chamber, you step forward, and your feet touch something impossibly soft, not moss, not cloth, but something like moonlight made solid. The room glows from within. No lanterns here, only the light of every story ever told near a fire, every whisper shared beneath a tree, every lullaby sung into a sleeping ear. This is not light you see, it's light you feel. Historical note: memory as light in medieval lore. Many believed memory was stored not in the brain, but in the heart or the soul, a glowing warmth that could be passed on through stories, blessings, or song. Here in the chamber, that belief becomes real. The light that knew your name, one beam of light, slides forward from the others. It dances before you, hesitant, delicate, as if shy, and somehow you know this light is yours. It always has been. It knows your calmest moments, your gentlest hopes, the softness of your favorite silence. You don't reach for it. You don't need to. It comes to you. Merge with the light. It touches your chest and melts in melting. Not startling, just warm, like someone pressing their forehead gently to yours in complete understanding. Now, it is in you, and your sleep is deeper. You feel your heartbeat slow, your body hum low and steady. Your breath is the sound of waves you've never seen, rocking endlessly. The lantern weaver arrives. From the far corner of the chamber, a figure approaches. The lantern weaver. She doesn't carry thread, she carries silence, and from that silence she spins dreams. Her fingers move slowly in the air, pulling strands of light together, weaving them into new lanterns, not for Thornby, but for the world outside, for those who haven't yet found rest. She offers you a thread. She walks to you. Her eyes hold no questions, only quiet invitation. She places a thread of her weaving into your hand, light as cobweb, but humming with memory. You're not asked to carry it. You're asked to sleep with it, to hold it in your dream, and let it guide someone else, someday, to a lantern of their own. The lanterns dim gently all around the chamber. The glows begin to dim, not vanishing, just lowering, as though they, too, are closing their eyes. You lie back, not on the floor, on something softer than any surface you've known. The light beneath you rises slightly, just enough to cradle you, just enough to rock. Imagery of cosmic stillness above you. The ceiling opens, not literally, but dreamfully. You see not stars, but memories of stars. How they looked the first time you ever noticed them as a child. How they made you feel small and safe all at once. They blink slowly, they wink at your breath, and one falls. But it doesn't crash. It floats down beside you and curls up like a sleeping fox. Breathe in the light. Take one breath now, deeper than any before. Feel it swirl through your ribs, your belly, your hands, your toes, and let it dissolve quietly into the light around you. Reinforce sleep. You do not need to think. You do not need to try. There is nothing left to hold, nothing left to reach. Only this, your body, heavy, your breath, slow, your light, remembered. Sleep affirmations. You are safe. You are warm. You are still. You are loved. You are sleeping. You are enough. Deep drift countdown. Let's count once more, only if you're still awake. But if you're not, the numbers will count for you, drifting in light. Slowest, faintest whisper. Countdown 10, 9. Swaddled in memory. 8. Thoughtless, breathless, peace, held by lanterns unseen. 7, 6. Curled inside rest. 5. No edge, no gravity. 4. Only glow. 3. Only hum. 2. Only sleep. 1. Only silence. Soft re-entry into a pre-dawn dreamscape. You are weightless now, drifting somewhere that is not sky, not earth, but the space in between. That there is no direction here, only warmth, only stillness, only the soft hum of sleep continuing beneath your ribs. That sleep's light, it doesn't burn. In this quiet, your lantern still glows inside you, too, but now it sleeps. Yes, light can sleep. Drift into the lantern. Memory, it breathes in slow pulses, just like you. And each glow whispers something gentle, like a lullaby that doesn't need words. You begin to dream within the dream. A lantern dream. You're standing in Thornby once again, but it is not this Thornby. It is the first one, simplicity and peace. The one born hundreds of years ago, when the village was just 5 stone cottages, 1 stream, and a single willow tree that leaned kindly toward the stars. Medieval, there are no carts, no bells, no roads, just simple footsteps on dew-soft grass and the murmur of a nearby brook. The air is cooler here, not cold, just awake. Willow trees were symbols of healing and emotion. It smells of thatched roofs, fresh hay, to listen to the sadness of travelers and wild thyme crushed underfoot. Historical insight, willow tree beliefs. In medieval folklore, believed and whisper comfort through their rustling leaves. This single willow knows you. Tonight, the final flame, you place your hand on its bark, and it sighs, not loudly, of the lightkeeper, just enough for your heartbeat to soften in response. Receiving beneath the tree, a villager waits for you. They are neither young nor old, neither familiar nor strange, but their presence makes your eyelids heavier. They hold a small flame cupped in both hands, the very first light that ever burned in Thornby. It does not flicker, it does not grow, it simply is, not as a burden, steady, ancient, perfect. They offer it to you, but as a blessing. Ceremony, you take the flame, not with your hands, but with your dream form. It rests in your chest, soft, still, and in that moment, you are named Lightkeeper of Sleep. You do not need to understand, you only need to rest, because now Your body knows what peace feels like, and peace is very heavy. Return to the present dream. The old Thornby fades gently around you, like morning mist lifting from warm ground. You're back now, in the now Thornby, the grove, the lanterns, the mist, the hush. But nothing moves, no voices, no footsteps, just presence, just soft breath and glowing stillness. Final visit from Merwin. Merwin, the old spinner from the cloak tent, appears beside you once more. She's carrying no thread tonight, just a folded square of wool, deep violet, stitched with stars. She drapes it over your shoulders, just as a grandmother might with a sleeping child. She leans in, her breath warm and slow, and whispers, "You've walked the whole dream. Now, sleep the rest of it." Then she hums something soft, a lullaby too old for language, and then she is gone. Complete relaxation, head to toe. Now your body feels far away, but safe, held in the arms of this night, and it begins to dissolve in light. Your scalp softens, your forehead smooths, your cheeks heavy, your jaw hangs loose, your shoulders rest, your chest still, your belly light. You are not here anymore. You are within sleep itself. The grove prepares for dawn around you. The lanterns know what time it is, but they do not rush. One by one, they begin to dim, not all at once, but in a rhythm like waves receding from a quiet shore. And each time a lantern goes out, a tiny, invisible thread of light is spun upward, carried into the coming morning, where it will live inside the day. Historical reflection. Keeping the sacred flame in some monasteries. A single flame would be kept burning all night as a symbol of life and continuity. Just sleep. When the morning came, it was transferred to the kitchen, the altar, or the lantern of a traveler. Your light will travel, too. But for now, you don't need to carry it. You just need to sleep. Sleep affirmations. You are safe. You are held. You are sacred. You are still. You are sleeping. You are gone. And home. Deepest countdown yet. Final descent. One last time. Just for you. Let your breath follow the numbers. No thought. No trying. Just floating. Final sleep. Countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Silence. Total stillness. Whispered emergence. Somewhere beyond your breath. A new sound begins to stir. It's not sharp. It's not sudden. Just the softest chime, like dew sliding down a petal, like the hush of a curtain lifting in a breeze. You are not waking yet. You are simply becoming aware of light changing behind your eyelids. Dawn touches the grove. The village of Thornby does not rise with alarm bells or shouting roosters. It wakes the way leaves open after rain, slowly, softly, and only when they are ready. Lanterns that once glowed so brightly now shimmer like memory. They are not extinguished, just returned to the quiet from which they came. Their wax has cooled, their horns now misted with dew, and each one holds the story of your night, wrapped in light, like a letter never needing to be read aloud. You are still at rest. You are not asked to rise. Not yet. Perhaps not for a while. The light that begins to spill across the grass is golden, but soft as candlelight seen through lace. The birds are beginning to stir, but their song is not urgent, more like humming, a melody you don't have to follow. Just hear, just let be. The bellkeeper's final chime, far in the distance. The bellkeeper lifts her bell once more. This time, not to deepen your sleep, but to thank it. The chime rings out across the grove, a single crystal note that sparkles in the rising sun, and with it she bows, a bow to you, to your journey, to the lantern you carried inside, and to the way you've let go. Soft farewells from the grove. The trees do not wave goodbye, they simply lean a little. The wind, so gentle, passes by as if brushing your hair with mother's fingers. Even the fireflies, still blinking faintly in the shadows, blink once more as if nodding, then vanish into the morning. Historical detail. The first light and blessings. In early medieval homes, it was common to greet the first flame of morning weather hearth, candle, or sun with a small blessing, not spoken loudly, just whispered or mouthed silently. A thank you for light returning. You may say one now if you'd like, or you may not. The light understands either way. You remain in dream form. Though the world is slowly returning, you are still in your dream form. The shape you took when words gave way to warmth, when breath became song, and story became sleep. Your body may still lie curled in covers, your limbs unmoving, your chest rising, steady as a tide. But your soul, it's still drifting gently in Thornby. Your final lantern returns just as the sunlight touches the top of the tallest tree. Your lantern returns one last time. It hovers in the air above you. But this time, it doesn't glow. It glimmers, like glass kissed by seafoam, like memory just before waking. It lowers slowly and rests just above your chest. You do not need to take it. It becomes you. Visual of becoming the light, it sinks softly into your heart, like a stone into still water, and sends out one final ripple of warmth. You are now the keeper of your own sleep, the guardian of your own rest. The story does not end here. It simply folds closed, like a book whose pages will open again when night returns. Gentle encouragement to stay resting. If your eyes remain closed, that is good. There is no hurry to rise, no weight pulling you forward. You may rest here, in the space between dream and dawn. As long as your soul wishes, softened world around you, birdsong grows slightly louder, but not to wake you, just to fill the spaces sleep has left behind. You hear the rustle of linen sheets, the gentle stretch of muscles not yet moved, the silence behind your breath. This is morning, yes, but the kind of morning that waits for you, not the other way around. The spirit of Thornby says goodbye. One last time you feel the spirit of Thornby, not a person, but the voice of the village itself, whisper into your dreaming ear. You may return whenever you wish. Our lanterns will wait. Our trees will lean toward you. Our bells will chime softly. Our stories will sleep until you are ready to dream again. Final whispered countdown to gentle waking. Perhaps now, or perhaps soon, you will rise. But for now, let us count not to sleep, but to stay soft as you drift through the veil of morning. Gentle closing countdown. 5. The feel of light on your skin. 4. Your breath warm and even. 3. Your mind still hushed. 2. Your body safe, still wrapped in comfort. 1. A new day waiting, but only when you are ready. Fade out. Rest now, dreamer, whether in wakefulness or in one more hour of sleep. The Lantern Festival of Thornby has ended, but its glow will live on inside you. Sleep, still, dream, always. We'll see you again next lantern night. Whispered emergence, somewhere beyond your breath. A new sound begins to stir. It's not sharp, it's not sudden, just the softest chime, like dew sliding down a petal, like the hush of a curtain lifting in a breeze. You are not waking yet. You are simply becoming aware of light changing behind your eyelids. Dawn touches the grove. The village of Thornby does not rise with alarm bells or shouting roosters. It wakes the way leaves open after rain, slowly, softly, and only when they are ready. Lanterns that once glowed so brightly now shimmer like memory. They are not extinguished, just returned to the quiet from which they came. Their wax has cooled, their horns now misted with dew, and each one holds the story of your night, wrapped in light, like a letter never needing to be read aloud. You are still at rest. You are not asked to rise. Not yet. Perhaps not for a while. The light that begins to spill across the grass is golden, but soft as candlelight seen through lace. The birds are beginning to stir, but their song is not urgent, more like humming, a melody you don't have to follow. Just hear, just let be. The bellkeeper's final chime, far in the distance. The bellkeeper lifts her bell once more. This time, not to deepen your sleep, but to thank it. The chime rings out across the grove, a single crystal note that sparkles in the rising sun. And with it, she bows, a bow to you, to your journey, to the lantern you carried inside, and to the way you've let go. Soft farewells from the grove. The trees do not wave goodbye, they simply lean a little. The wind, so gentle, passes by as if brushing your hair with mother's fingers. Even the fireflies, still blinking faintly in the shadows, blink once more, as if nodding, then vanish into the morning. Historical detail. The first light and blessings. In early medieval homes, it was common to greet the first flame of morning weather hearth, candle, or sun with a small blessing, not spoken loudly, just whispered, or mouthed silently, a thank you for light returning. You may say one now, if you'd like, or you may not. The light understands either way. You remain in dream form. Though the world is slowly returning, you are still in your dream form. The shape you took when words gave way to warmth, when breath became song, and story became sleep. Your body may still lie curled in covers, your limbs unmoving, your chest rising, steady as a tide. But your soul, it's still drifting gently in Thornby. Your final lantern returns just as the sunlight touches the top of the tallest tree. Your lantern returns one last time. It hovers in the air above you. But this time, it doesn't glow. It glimmers, like glass kissed by sea foam, like memory just before waking. It lowers slowly and rests just above your chest. You do not need to take it. It becomes you. Visual of becoming the light, it sinks softly into your heart, like a stone into still water, and sends out one final ripple of warmth. You are now the keeper of your own sleep, the guardian of your own rest. The story does not end here. It simply folds closed, like a book whose pages will open again when night returns. Gentle encouragement to stay resting. If your eyes remain closed, that is good. There is no hurry to rise, no weight pulling you forward. You may rest here, in the space between dream and dawn. As long as your soul wishes, softened world around you, birdsong grows slightly louder, but not to wake you, just to fill the spaces sleep has left behind. You hear the rustle of linen sheets, the gentle stretch of muscles not yet moved, the silence behind your breath. This is morning, yes, but the kind of morning that waits for you, not the other way around. The spirit of Thornby says goodbye. One last time you feel the spirit of Thornby, not a person, but the voice of the village itself, whisper into your dreaming ear. You may return whenever you wish. Our lanterns will wait. Our trees will lean toward you. Our bells will chime softly. Our stories will sleep until you are ready to dream again. Final whispered countdown to gentle waking. Perhaps now, or perhaps soon, you will rise. But for now, let us count not to sleep, but to stay soft as you drift through the veil of morning. Gentle closing countdown. 5. The feel of light on your skin. 4. Your breath warm and even. 3. Your mind still hushed. 2. Your body safe, still wrapped in comfort. 1. A new day waiting, but only when you are ready. Fade out. Rest now, dreamer, whether in wakefulness or in one more hour of sleep. The Lantern Festival of Thornby has ended, but its glow will live on inside you. Sleep, still, dream, always. We'll see you again next lantern night. Whispered emergence, somewhere beyond your breath. A new sound begins to stir. It's not sharp, it's not sudden, just the softest chime, like dew sliding down a petal, like the hush of a curtain lifting in a breeze. You are not waking yet. You are simply becoming aware of light changing behind your eyelids. Dawn touches the grove. The village of Thornby does not rise with alarm bells or shouting roosters. It wakes the way leaves open after rain, slowly, softly, and only when they are ready. Lanterns that once glowed so brightly now shimmer like memory. They are not extinguished, just returned to the quiet from which they came. Their wax has cooled, their horns now misted with dew, and each one holds the story of your night, wrapped in light, like a letter never needing to be read aloud. You are still at rest. You are not asked to rise.